Hey, what it do, baby? Raditz deck profile. Got 19th, right, in Tampa. Connor Griffin. Vegeta Saint Army Pro mats. You love to see it. Look at this mat. It's perfect. It's beautiful with the Louis Vuitton. You'll love to see it. Okay, so a lot of people don't see a lot of Raditz deck profiles, but this one, you actually bubbled out. You were right there. You played. Who did you play on round one?
Round one, I played Ty Turner, which he was playing Android 16.
And he topped, right?
And he topped.
Exactly.
Yeah,
so that's a killer.
Yeah,
That'll get you.
It's unfortunate. The deck has a very good matchup against this, strictly because you're trying to play at hand control, and he just arrivals things out from the energy and drop. It just makes it really, really hard.
For sure. All right, let's see. Let's go into the deck.
So, starting out with the leader. So, leader is really cool. It has some issues when it comes to drawing because the leader itself does not draw, but it basically is whenever you swing, your opponent has to warp a card from your hand. So, honestly, it gets around things like Deborah or any kind of, anti-hand control thing. So, it's really, really cool. It does it on both sides. But on the front side, I activate main. Once per turn, scry 5 and look for either a Nappa, Vegeta, or a Raditz and add to the hand. And then, you ditch one afterwards. So it's really, really good, especially when you're trying to get those Draw Apes or Ribrians or different cards that you'll get into later in the deck into the drop so you can start playing from your drop area. Very, very cool. Awaken is if you have a unison with specified cost of 3. So it's really good for, again, some you'll see later in the deck. You untap one, draw one, or if you're 4 or less. And then the Awaken side is same thing on the front. So you warp one whenever you attack, but really cool effect that if you have 4 or more non-black cards in your opponent's warp, it gains crit. And on the bottom effect, which is the real spice of it, is if at the start of your opponent's turn you bottom deck 4 of their non-black battle card or cards in general, you gain triple attack. So
triple attack critical is pretty good.
Yeah, triple attack critical is phenomenal.
That's not bad. All right, let's go into the deck.
All right, sounds good. So we're gonna start it off really simple. 4 dormant. I mean, you're green. You want dormant. It's amazing.
You use it a lot?
I use it every game. That's the way I'm surviving in every single game.
Bet.
Right after that, we're gonna use the new Raditz promo.
You just added him. How do you like him? Because I liked him. I remember you asking me if you want.
He's good. I didn't resolve his effect too much. Because you need, again, 2 or more non-black cards in the warp. I mainly used him as a body for a 15k on board and get out a blocker. So
when a great green card comes out, he'll be the one to come out.
Basically.
Maybe when Champa comes out next set or something.
I can only hope so. But he's a really good blocker, especially if you're going into more aggro thing. Just on your turn, tap 1, play him, get out a blocker, and defend. After that is Nappa. It's another target for the deck. Mainly the reason I'm playing him. He's almost like a Black Mass Saiyan. So
he rules.
Yeah, so if you play against something like Thwarting or they're going really tall early on in the game, play this bad boy, either rip a card for me or kill him. Really, really cool. Toa, again, really, really good for hand control decks. They ditch one, also giving your leader another 5k on the
How many you run?
I run only 2.
2, got it.
Yeah, and especially on the leader, since he has triple attack, giving him a 20k crit triple attack is just phenomenal.
For sure.
Yeah. I play 2 Rosies. Mm-hmm. Rosie's really good. Again, for getting those extra swings on our kill turn, which is usually about like turn 4 or turn 5. Drop this, make him ditch 2 cards, and basically just getting in those extra 3 swings is just great. A card that's a big staple for the deck, it's going to be Raditz, Ruthless. Again, if you're versing non-black, anything like that, you're going to be drawing a million cards with this. It's something really you don't try and play too much in the early game unless they're playing like something that has like a really good 1-drop that you want to kill. Like there's been a couple times where I've tapped 1, played him, and then eaten a life to kill like a
How's your black matchup? Because I feel like black decks don't draw like they used to.
Yeah.
So what's up?
Like the black matchup is not unwinnable. You're fighting from a hill, so it's going to be a little harder. But if you play it right, like you should be able to win. Obviously, the leader's going to be a little hard on the back when you do awaken. But I mean, you just got to power through it.
Against Hatch, this might be kind of good because there's a lot of like triple attack, dual attack.
I've played against Hatch, not too much, but from what I've seen, it's actually really bad for Hatch.
Yeah.
Really bad for Hatch.
Okay.
So next thing, we're going to go into the Cells Earth Destroying Kamehameha. Really, really good card. I didn't find myself playing it too much because I didn't really have a lot of mana open for it, but it's always good for like those turn 1 if they're going to try and double strike you. Just something really good. Now we're getting into the discard stuff. So 2 Bardock the Eliminators. Really good card. Just early draw, you know what I mean? Not
0-5K, draw 1,
yeah, exactly. 4 Ribrians. Again, we're a hand control deck. You want to play Ribrians. Yeah. Not much to say about that. Only 2 Hami clones. I did not find myself playing them that much. I mainly found myself charging because, again, I'm Awakening usually at 6 life, and I stay there for a while. So, I mean, obviously, it's good to always keep one in hand.
That's so interesting because I feel like Homicide Clone is like better than Dormant now, but that's funny. I mean, your deck
in this
definitely
deck,
goes wrong.
I almost never played this card. I only really played it when I was very safe or I top decked it.
Okay.
3 Charismatic.
Yeah.
I tried it with 4. It felt a little too bricky, so I cut down to 3, and it feels like the perfect ratio. Now we're getting into the spice. Now we got this.
Because a lot of people will do what you're about to do a little differently, so go show them what you're doing.
So first things first, we're gonna run 2 Lone Prince Vegeta, a little bit of draw. It's searchable off the top, and it is extra hand control, right?
You make them drop 1 if you play.
Yeah, basically. Now here's the interesting part. Most people are gonna do is the Nappa Super Combo. I'm running a 2-2 split on them. It's amazing for this deck because, again, it's searchable. It is sometimes a little bad because, it is red-green. You don't really want to charge your super combos, but sometimes you had to. But especially with this card coming in that I'm going to show you, Frieza's Healing Pod. Now, with the Nappa coming in, especially on early turns, the way I stayed with such high life is I'll have this on board. They're going to swing to me early. I'm going to combo this off, stay at that high life total, and draw a card because it goes into the drop, comes into play.
Of course, yeah.
I'm essentially having 6 super combos in the deck at that point. And helping you, again, really good for that.
And all those 6 super combos drop.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And
or draw, I mean.
For the pod package, we're playing 3 Zarbon for extra hand control. Again, you just keeps coming back. Every time you drop a card, you're getting basically replacing it with Frieza Healing Pod. And if they have a high card count in hand like Icarus or something, they're going to be ditching one every turn. So really good. Now this is a card that
the 1 energy draw it.
Yeah, basically.
With blocker.
Yeah,
15K.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
This Tapion right here, this is basically the draw ape of the deck. Being on my turn, I can ditch it for 1 energy. And
for 1 energy with blocker 15K.
Yeah, basically. But it's ditch it, draw a card, and at the start of my turn comes into play. I draw another card. It's honestly phenomenal.
Yep.
Now this is the unison I was running for the deck. I was using Demigers with it as a 3-3 split, but I decided to go strictly for the Metacooler. Now this is the kill potential in the deck. This has won me almost every single game. The triple attack on the leader is nice, and it really does add some extra spice to it. But this on my turn 4, turn 5, when you essentially get 5 swings out of this on turn 4. For the leader, the activate main, and the down tick. And
with Dormant, this is nuts because you're taking a page out of, I think Devin Buttersworth has done this a lot, where he plays it for 3, pluses the 1, gets a clone token, Dormant. Then the next turn you like the minus, you swing with it. Minus, play a guy, and you get like 20 swings out of that.
And not only that, even if you're in like really slower matchups, like you don't want to, you kind of just want to starve them out of cards. You don't even have to swing with the Metacooler that you summon. You can. There were games where I would summon them just to have them on board as potential combo power to get out of a swing, or to just pile them up for a explosive turn. So this card's really good, and it really helps out with the no drawing on the leader.
Yeah.
Especially for his turn 3, because again, I was awakening mainly at 6 life, so you'd play him, awaken, untap 1, draw 1. So it gives you a little bit of leeway on your turn 3. Now there were times when this would get killed early, and it was very tragic. So
what do you have to say against for people that are playing this deck, and every card on their deck is designed to drop cards from your opponent's hand? For example, like instead of this, they're playing the green King Vegeta Unison or the Nappa Unison.
This deck, the deck does a lot of hand controlling as is, and I say let it do its job as basically as passively as possible.
And then you draw.
Yeah, and let me draw because, again, the more cards I have in hand, the better. Because this deck is very explosive. On turn 4 and 5, none of my opponents when I was playing in Tampa knew what I was doing.
Yeah.
No one was expecting, especially with, which I'll show you right now. This card that came in on turn 5 makes your kill turn just immaculate because you're going to down tick 4 on this, summon a bunch of clone tokens, and this gets rid of everything that isn't a token. So you're gonna wipe their board. You're gonna get rid of all their blockers, all their combo power, essentially, and then swing with a 30k and a bunch of tokens. It's gonna be amazing. And then we're gonna go straight into the spicy one of, just in case you need to clear the board, swing at a double crit. Cool. It's a good card, just generally good. And the SCR I ran for Tampa, not exactly the one I wanted to, but it helped me out in a lot of games. It was the monkey boy.
Yeah, 5 energy finisher or 1 energy like straight move.
This helped me a lot because this deck is very susceptible to Kai SCR in that you lose the medical instinct, you lose the game. Almost.
Yeah, right.
So you need to defend it with your life. I got Kai'd in one of my games. He wiped my thing, had to basically lost on the spot. The next game he did tried to do the same thing. He got greedy, swung with it, tap 1, play this, and got rid of it. Got rid of the Kai on the spot.
That's a huge tempo swing.
And also it helps out in your black matchups because again you don't have the triple attack on this, and they're usually more like aggro-oriented decks. So being able to tap 5 for it is not ideal, but it is a finisher. It is something that exists. It is something you can.
Also,
do.
You can charge it.
You can always charge it. It's mono green. You can always charge it.
All right, let's see the sideboard.
Before the sideboard, I will say alternatives you can do is the Wicked Sands because it is searchable, and
because he's Raditz.
Right.
Okay.
And the Vermilion Saints because this does fill up the warp, especially if you have you're green, so you're gonna have green in there. You can overrun for black, have Tapion, which is also blue. So that's 3 cards that you will have sent into their warp essentially, and really just turboing out the bottom deck 4 on this and getting the triple attack. So, but let's get into the sideboard. Right.
Start me off with the most used sideboard card ever.
The best card. Hold on. 2 Quoits. Again, amazing for my kill turn. Telling them to no steadfast on my turn is amazing. And obviously, cycling is great. It's card speed.
Combo. It's the only card that feels good to combo out.
Always.
The best card if you
always. And again, it also works well with ditching on my leader.
Yeah, you drop 1.
Yeah, drop 1. Quoits. Boom. Another one of the 5-drop, just in case I ran to something like King Cold, or really.
Oh, does it take out the?
Takes out all the field spells, including his 6-drop one,
right? Cool.
Which destroys his deck. Really good card. I did side in many matchups because a lot of them wanted to go late, so very very good. Got an extra homie clone because you can never have too many in the more aggro matchups, which I never really sided in. I didn't verse too much aggro there. Next up, we got Meki Broken Seal. I mainly sided this in for the shrouded turns because although this deck can be very explosive, but if you don't curve out properly, it's gonna be bad. Secret ID. This card is the nuts in this deck. I sided into almost every single one of my games. I'm thinking about hard running it in the main. Yeah, at that point I'm gonna main it, but filling up their warp is something invaluable on this deck. I mean, again, getting triple attack crit 20k is amazing on your leader. We got a Black Mass Saiyan for Icarus and other decks that spam out cards, just 2. I never really played him too much, but he was there. We got 3 green Deborahs. Now this card is amazing, especially with the pod package, because you're essentially dropping.
Draw 2, right? For free.
Dropping this for free. It's searchable. You drop it for free, and you're drawing 2. I dropped this against a Cell Surge player, and I swear to you, he cried on the spot. It was
confirmed, actually.
Yeah, no.
We all saw him actually cry and leave. And he went to his car and cried more.
We got the 1 Shocking Death Ball as just a little.
You just did it because you got the all art.
I honestly did.
Move on.
And another spicy card is Hidden Power of the Saiyans. So I put that in mainly for if I versed blue yellow or yellow Sin. Or anything with Marvelous Might, you can tap 2 and play this on their turn. And if they summon more than one thing, either they have to drop all those cards that they played, or they have to rip 4, 6, 8 cards from their hand.
Yeah, but if you're targeting the tokens, they have to, like, if they play the Goku Black Rose, and then you target window 2 of the tokens, they have to drop 8 cards from hand because they don't have a choice.
Tokens
on
don't
playing,
go to the drop.
Exactly. Yeah, they don't have a choice whether they play the tokens or not. They have to play them, and then they have to drop 8 cards if you tap 2 for this.
And it's
this
also,
is actually hella spicy.
It's really good into also like Marvelous Might because if they summon 2 of the True Fighting Spirits, they both have to flex, so they can't be chosen with this. Therefore, they have to drop 4 cards from hand. Again, you don't really want to do it too much against them because it's it's a bad matchup, but they're not going to see it coming ever. I thought it was spicy. I'd throw it in.
All right, any changes you make to the deck?
Not particularly, no. I'd probably, again, run either Wicked or Vermilion, but, I mean, Ape is always a good option. You're never going to feel bad tapping 1 for Ape.
All right, bro, congratulations. It's good to see a leader that not a lot of people have seen before. We've all seen Icarus deck profiles.
Oh, yeah.
But it's great that the 2 best Vegeta Saint Army boys that went up actually brought up 2 fun, like, exciting decks that a lot of people haven't seen yet. You have any shout-outs?
Shout out to basically Nico from VSA. He helped me make the deck basically, especially with all the pod and Metacooler. We were brewing this deck for a while.
Yep.
I originally was going to go to Tampa with Cooler, but when we found out how good this deck is, like on paper, we decided to keep brewing with it. Also, shout out to Julian from VSA as well. He's not here right now, is he?
Yeah, I was looking around.
Yeah, right.
He's always late.
He's always late.
He's too early.
But he also last minute helped me tweak some things with the deck that really made it shine at the end.
All right, Beck. Good job. Keep
Thank
bringing
you very
on the
much.
spice, and we'll see y'all in Miami. Let's get it.
Yes, sir.